If you own some farmland and you intend on leasing it out, you may be entitled to income tax relief on some or all of that income. This video may be particularly relevant for anybody who is planning on retiring from farming, or maybe you have inherited some land that you have no intention on farming yourself. So I will be covering all of the different conditions that you need to meet to get this income tax relief and how much you could possibly get. First of all, the return that you actually get for leasing out farmland is probably not as good as what you would expect compared to other assets. You would be very lucky if you were getting about 2.5% per year. And if that income is further taxed, it would obviously be a lot less than that. The value of land is highly dependent on its quality, its location, and whether there are things such as barns, milking parlours, or outhouses included in the lease. The latest data from Teagasc showed that poor quality land will have a national average value of about €5,900 per acre, and good quality land had a national average value of about €9,381 per acre. But it has probably increased a lot in value again since then. And as you will see from the map here as well, the value per acre differs greatly depending on what part of the country you're in. Average rental income per acre then can vary anywhere between €170 up to about €350, depending on the usage of the land, whether it's for grazing or used for crops. So if you are somebody with a 50-acre farm and you are earning €250 per acre, that would work out as €12,500 in rental income per year. Next, let's just get on to what the conditions are then to not have to pay any tax on that income. So the land has to be used basically for any of the following purposes. It needs to be either normal farming, market gardening, cattle dealing, horse breeding, and any other cultivation of the land or breeding of animals. Any buildings on the farm that are included in the lease that are not actually used for the purposes of farming cannot be included in your income tax relief, so you will need to kind of apportion that out of your income. To be eligible also for the income tax relief, you will need to be an individual as opposed to a company. So a company that owns land and leases it out will never be entitled to income tax relief. To qualify for the minimum amount of income tax relief, the lease needs to be a minimum of 5 years or more. And it also needs to be in writing, either a contract or a memorandum that has all of the details such as the term and the amount and everything like that. And importantly, the lease cannot be with either a family member or a connected person, so that would count as someone like your wife's brother or something like that. And the person you lease the farmland to has to intend on using that land to try and make a profit in some commercial sense. The rate also charged for the rent must be at the market rate, so this is probably to avoid any dodgy dealings going on. And you cannot be getting up to anything like, say, having two farmers leasing out the land to each other just to get the income tax relief. So you cannot have kind of farm swapping going on. So they are pretty much all of the conditions, but now let's see how much income tax relief you could be entitled to. If your lease is between 5 and 6 years long, you will be entitled to €18,000 income tax relief on that rental income. If it is between 7 and 9 years, then that goes up to €22,500. Between 10 and 14 years, then goes up to €30,000. And any lease above 15 years long will give you income tax relief per annum of €40,000. It's important to note also, let's say you had a lease with somebody and it lasted 4 years and you took out another lease again for another 4 years, that does not count as an 8-year lease. It has to be one whole lease of 5 years and more, so that would not qualify in that scenario. Also, in the first year that the lease is taken out, maybe it's taken out in the middle of the year, that will mean that you will have to time apportion your tax relief in that particular year as well. Similarly, if the land is composed of qualifying and non-qualifying assets, then you will need to apportion your relief in that scenario as well. So anyway, that is my short video on potential income tax reliefs that you can get on leasing out farmland. If you did enjoy the video, please make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe to the channel.